Coming up is Kate, the Belarusian ball of fire. You're really going to enjoy this tattoo artist.
Baseball guy here. I'm in San Diego. I'm at Balboa Park, one of the most beautiful places on the planet. And I got one of the other most beautiful places on the planet. I've got Kate here. Kate is from Belarus. She now lives in the United States, been here about 6 years. And you are a tattoo artist, are you not?
No.
You're not a tattoo artist?
I don't know why I'm here.
She doesn't know why she's here.
He just catch me here and said, "Oh, you look beautiful. Let's do some video." I said, "Yeah, let's do it."
She's got a great sense of humor, as you can tell here. She's actually the tattoo artist of one of our Tat-Stories staff members, Jessica. And Jessica loves your tattoos.
Thank you.
But you don't have any tattoos yourself, do you? Or do you? Where's your tattoos?
Guess? Can you guess?
Can you guess where her tattoos are? She told me they're not hidden.
They're not hidden.
And I don't see any tattoos on her arms, on her legs, or anything like that. Eyebrows, huh?
Yes.
Did you do that yourself, or did you have somebody do that for you?
Oh, okay. I have them done like 3 times. I tried by myself. I let my friend do it, and then I actually go to the good place to do them.
Okay.
So I have 3 tattoos.
Okay, so she's got her tattoos all on her eyebrows, nothing else, because you told me, what do you think of tattoos?
I don't like them. That's why I don't have them.
So we have
On me. Okay.
a tattoo artist that doesn't like tattoos on her, but you can make some great tattoos on other people. How did you get started doing tattoos when you don't like tattoos for yourself?
Oh, it's a great story. It begins like 5 years ago. I came to America from Belarus. I have a bachelor degree in economics, and I was born here. And my husband said, "Can you just try tattooing?" I said, "No," and he said, "Okay, let's do it." And he bought me some cheap kit from AliExpress, maybe you know, kind of like Amazon. It cost $80 for everything, for tattoo machine, for inks, for everything, like needles, all was included, even gloves, everything.
$80. That sounds like it's going to be high quality stuff.
Yeah, I remember the day because in my country, $80 it's a lot, and I thought it's really expensive kit. $80 it's kind of like a half salary in a month. It's a lot.
Here, it's like a cheap dinner.
Yes, and I practiced on pork skin. I practiced on bananas, oranges.
You practice on a pork skin.
Yes, on the pork skin, pig skin.
So, how did you do that?
So for me, it's easy to find the pork skin in my country because we eat pigs. But here it was kind of like difficult to find the pig skin. I found the whole pig in it once, but I didn't find the piece of the pig. And then I realized that America is a country with different cultures, and I went to an Asian store and actually found the pig's ears, and I practiced on it.
She practiced on the pig's ears. And where did you keep those pig's ears?
Oh, that's also a funny story. We used to live in a dorm, and we had like kitchen, which is not only for us but also for our neighbors, like joint kitchen. And I called it. I actually tattooed it on a pig's legs. It was also expensive purchase because pig's leg cost, I don't remember, like $25. It was really expensive. Yes, and I stored them in the refrigerator, and I tattooed one pig's leg maybe like 3 days. It smells disgusting, but I still tattooed it. Like I keep practicing because my husband really wanted to get tattoo from me. Yeah, and I don't know what my neighbors think about me. Like when this Russian weird girl came to America and started doing tattoos on the pig skin and stored in the refrigerator. We can ask them actually.
Your husband must love you a ton to have you go through all this process so you could tattoo your husband. Because obviously he must have seen things that you drew or painted or whatever. So tell me a little bit about your art before you were tattooing.
I used to go to art school when I was a kid, like since 5th grade. I go to art classes. I'm not like a big fan of drawing too much, but I just love it to do. I like the process, like what I can get in at the end. Yes, and he saw a lot of my works, and that's it. He convinced me to do his tattoo.
And what did you give him for a tattoo?
Um, at that moment, there were not a lot of information on the web, like what the difficult to do, what is easy to do. I just saw some YouTube time lapse. That's it. And we just picked random picture on the web, which is white polar bear. And you know what? It was easy. It was easy to put this white ink skin on his how you call it, cuff, on his cuff, and it's still white and it's perfect. There is no scars, not everything. I did it with this cheap white ink from AliExpress and those needles and those machines. Actually, there were 3 machines for this $80, and yeah, it looks nice.
And I hear white ink is usually really hard to work with. How did you do such a good job with white ink?
I don't know. It was my first job. It was like first tattoo. I don't know. It just happened.
Some people are born with talent, and Kate here was born with a lot of talent, I'm thinking.
Everyone think that. I don't think that, but people say me that every day I'm really talented.
Well, we think you are, and I know Jessica loves doing your tattoos. So how did you go from making this polar bear, which isn't a polar bear kind of a symbol for something in tattoo land?
Oh yeah, it's also funny. When we did this polar bear, we actually decided to put some meaning underneath. Like we Googled it, what the polar bear means. And we figure out that the polar bear in the prison culture, which is tattoo from, means that you killed someone.
So her husband's a murderer from Russia.
Kind like, yeah. we make it.
I'm going to be very nice to her for the rest of this interview, because if I go missing now, we know who to, you know.
Yeah, it was funny. We realized that its meaning is awful, and we decided to twist it somehow to make it look nice. And now I'm trying to make it like a Coca-Cola theme something. I added the train, which is like Christmas chain, the polar chain, I think. Yeah, polar chain. It looks nice.
All right, so we turned the polar bear from murder to Coca-Cola, because Coca-Cola is not murdering the children of America with its sugar and its caffeine, right? Now, how do you go from making a polar bear on your husband to working in a tattoo shop?
Oh, yes, that's also interesting story because first of all, as all artists in the world, I was tattooed on my kitchen. That's fine, I think, because everyone doing that. I was tattooed on my kitchen. I did first, I think, maybe 5 tattoos only for free. And then people just start paying me money. Just like, I said, no, it's free tattoo. I just want to practice. And his friends came to get tattoos. My neighbors. It was kind of like process. I didn't expect that people will want tattoo from me. And they pay by themselves. I didn't ask this money. And then I realized it's not legal. And it's true. It's true. And yeah, I go to work in the tattoo shop.
And now tell us about the tattoo shop you work in now. What's it called and where's it located?
Now I'm not working in a tattoo shop. I quit, but I used to work in 2 shops. I used to work in the Art Lounge, and then I used to work in High Class Tattoo SD. It's a new shop in San Diego. They just opened. And now I quit because I'm leaving to Belarus. I will not be in America for 2 months, so I decided to quit because I don't want to pay rent and I don't want to pay percentage and everything. So I'm just quit for a while, but probably I will come back to this shop or I will open my own shop. I don't know. And now, you know what? I actually want to open my own shop, but I don't know.
Well, hopefully Kate opens up her own shop here, because I know if you don't work, if you don't come back, Jessica is going to be crying. And an unhappy Jessica is an unhappy Tat-Stories crew. Jessica is such an important part of our crew, and she loves you. Why do you think she loves you so much?
We need to ask her.
We will ask Jessica. I think it's because
No.
one, you do a great job, and two, you are funny as hell.
You know what? I think I love people. I love people. I love social life. I was so boring during the COVID, you cannot pretend. It was the worst time in my life. And since I love people and I love give people a pain and like do at the same time you love them and you're giving them a pain, but you still love them. And the best feeling when people like hurt it and they still feel that they loved. And probably that's why clients love me, that because I love them during the process. Like I usually said some kind words like in Russian, like I will not say them. But
Go on, speak with some Russian for our fans out there.
okay, for example, when I'm tattooing some guy, big guy, for example, and he's almost crying, I can say, "О, мой котик, пожалуйста, давай еще чуть-чуть, успокойся, все будет хорошо, я сейчас закончу." And that means something like, "Oh, I don't know, I don't know how to translate.
You're gonna have to go use some Google Translate to figure out what that means. That's our secret. Well, that's your secret. I don't even know what it means, but I'm trusting you that it is pretty funny.
It's not fun. It's just kind of words saying like I cannot express myself in English that much as I can in Russian, but they feel this, the intonation. Like I'm saying, "Oh, my poor boy, please, one more minute. I will finish soon. A little bit." That they just feel the intonation of the Russian voice, even though it's a lot of R's.
I need to learn Russian because if she's more emotive in Russian than she is English, and I'm like amazed by her, and like she's just got so much charisma coming out, and she's so funny with her language and what she's saying and how she's saying it. And it's not like she's funny because she's making mistakes. It's funny because you're just a funny person. You've got a comic touch to you. I can only imagine the Russian. So, anyways, what's your goal in tattooing? Do you want to keep tattooing forever?
Oh no, you know what? My big dream to be a teacher. Overall, like
Kids?
doesn't matter what subject I want to teach people. Like my favorite thing is a math because I love math. Now I'm full-time student in college and I love math. I choose the economic major. And you know what? I already had one student and one student is coming, so I'm teaching tattooing. I developed kind of like my program for the beginners with basic theoretical aspects. It's really, really basic, but all information that I gathered for this 5 years experience, I put in some PowerPoint. I make slides about each step, what you need to have, what you need to do, what the mistakes, what the different issues with the two process. So it's kind of like I gathered it together, and now I have a second student actually, and I think I want to kind of like open the tattoo school. I'm not this professional to be a tattoo teacher. Like for example, like Nico Hurtado, sometimes he teach people, but he maybe not enjoying this process as I do. Like I have information, maybe I don't have these nice and beautiful tattoos as I'm supposed to do to be a teacher, but I gather information, I put it together, and I can give it to people so they will understand what is tattoo process is. So like I better in teaching than probably in tattooing, and there's no tattoo school in California, I think.
Well, we're going to open up a tattoo school right here. Most people do it through an apprenticeship, but that would be pretty fascinating if you did something like that.
We can change this. Like a prime is there, that's fine. But like you can get the tattoo license. Just go to the health department, pay $150, and you will get a license. It shouldn't be like that, I think, because everyone can go pay this money and be a tattoo artist. I think there's supposed to be some school underneath, like kind of like in permanent makeup, same thing.
You shouldn't be able to tattoo anyone until you've tattooed a pig's leg first, right?
And get education from me.
And get an education from Kate. Well, comment if you want to get an education from this beautiful young woman here. What do you think about her stories? Like this video. Please hit the subscribe button. Baseball Guy and Kate, Say goodbye in Russian for me.
До свидания!
That's the Danya.